Hey Stephanie, it's Brody from Pacific Toyota. Just here to give you a quick high definition virtual tour on the lovely 2015 Toyota GXL Kluger with leather, done 97,000 kilometers. Before I do that, a little bit about us. We are Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. We do have two used vehicle yards, one here where I'm standing at 77 Mulgrave Road, and the other one about 2 kilometers down the road at 235 Mulgrave Road. Just next to that, we also have Toyota brand new vehicles and Lexus of Cairns. But without going too much further into that, I'll jump straight into the virtual tour of this lovely Kluger. Now, I'll start underneath the bonnet here. What I want to do is basically point out any sort of nicks, scratches, any marks or any imperfections that might be in the paint or the interior at all for you. So I'll start underneath the bonnet here first. As you can see, it's all nice and clean under there. And just under the hood lining there, it's all nice and tidy as well. Pop this one down. Obviously it's got this tinted bonnet protector on it, Toyota genuine, coming through here. The bonnet's all nice and clean. Just a little bit of a bug on there, but wiped straight off obviously. All nice and tidy. Now there is a little bit of a paint chip just here and here. If those are a major concern to you, I can have a look at getting those brush touch for you. Obviously it won't come back up perfect, but it'll blend in with the white of the paint. All right, heaps of tread, looks like near new tires on this one. No gutter rash or anything on the wheel there that I can see. There's a little mark just on the inside there, and the underbody's all nice and tidy as well. All right, coming to the front bar now for you. Straight through here, another little tiny stone chip just there. Like I said, I can have a look at getting those brush touched if there's a major concern there. A couple of very tiny little stone chips just along here, just on the front bar. Obviously, any used vehicles where you're going to get most of your little stone chips or rocks flicking up, I guess. Another little bit of an imperfection there. Coming down this front left-hand guard now. Just a tiny little stone chip on those doors there. I'm just going to be as brutally honest and just try and point out as much as I can on this one. No marks or anything in that wheel, and same as the other side, near new tyres. Alright, I'll go through the top so you can see there's no dents or anything in the roof. Alright, coming through there, I'll give you a good look from the back so you can see down the whole roof now. Try and hold that camera steady for you. It's all nice and clean. Through the rear door now, the glass is all nice and tidy as well. Nothing that I can really point out to you there. Obviously all-wheel drive this Kluger, as obviously displayed on the badge there. All nice and clean. I'll come to this rear bar. Obviously you've got your parking sensors in the rear. If you do get too close to anything, they will obviously start beeping at you while you're inside the vehicle. Tiny little stone chip there. And then the rear bar. Little imperfection just there, but looks like it has been blended in before. A couple of tiny little scratches there, and just a little bit of dirt on there as well. Rest of the rear bar's all nice and clean for you there. All right, coming down the left-hand side here. Obviously fuel caps on the left. Nothing that I can really show you through there. I'll go the whole way through the top, and then I'll come back through those doors. It does have these Toyota genuine weather shields on the front and the back windows. Just a bit of dirt on there. Otherwise all nice and clean. Just a bit of dirt on that as well. A couple of tiny little stone chips just on this handle here. Obviously with you'll see here, we've got the keyless entry. You'll hear it beeping because I've got the keys inside the vehicle right now, which they obviously won't lock inside the car. A couple of very light little stone chips just on the side of the guard there. You know, just a bit of dirt there. All right, through the rear door now. That handle's all nice and tidy. A couple of very light little stone chips in the rear door. Obviously nothing too major to be concerned about. I'm not sure if I went through this rear wheel, so I'll go through it again. Obviously, new tyres on the back as well, and no marks or anything on that wheel, just a little bit of dirt that we can obviously clean off for you too. Give you a look through the back here. Obviously a little bit of dust as we do open the boots while they're sitting on the yard. Obviously we have them detailed before delivery as well. I'll give you a better look inside when I jump through the inside of the vehicle. But the rear seats look like they've really been sat in. There's a tiny little scratch just there. I can't even really see it in there. But I'll give you a look through the leather seats when we are inside the vehicle as well. All right, coming to the right hand side now. Same thing I'll do as the side before. I'll go through the top and then I'll come back through the doors. Just a little bit dirty there, but obviously it'll have its detail before delivery. Weather shields on this side as well. Otherwise all nice and clean. Just that little stone chip that I pointed out before. All right, just a tiny little stone chip there. And just here, and just in between this door, you can see a couple little chips there. There's just a bit of dirt there that you'll see, but they obviously will wipe off. Just a couple of tiny little stone chips there, and a few light scratches just underneath the door handle there. Little light stone chip just in the driver's door there. Just a little bit of dust on there. Otherwise, a couple of light little marks just on the bottom of that door. But otherwise all nice and tidy. Coming through the rear door now. There's just a bit of dust through there. It'll all wipe off. Again, just a little bit of dust just from sitting on the yard. A couple of light little scratches just around this rear door. No, that was a bit of dirt. Just a light little scratch just here. That's dirt as well. Otherwise, just a little bit dirty on this rear door. All right. The leather on this rear door is all nice and neat. Barely looks like it's even been hit or anything. Carpet floors are all really clean. And the rear leather is in really, really good condition as well for a 15 plate. There's barely a mark on them. All right, I fold this seat forward and push it forward like that. Obviously the rear carpet's all nice and clean as well. And the rear seats, I don't know if they've even been sat in. Obviously that little mark there, it's not really a mark, it's more of an indent just into the seat. Just because when you do fold those seats down, that seatbelt clicker will just be leaning there. Otherwise, these leather seats are in really, really good nick. The backs of the front seats, all nice and clean. Obviously you got your rear aircon controls in the back here, temperature and fan speeds, which don't get in most vehicles. And the air vents are in the top of this car through both sides. Jumping into the front now. All right, there is a little bit of a crinkle just in the driver's leather here, but no rips or tears or anything through there. This kick card here is all nice and clean, which you don't see on most used vehicles, but obviously electric seats as well. And the leather in the front seat, that's all nice and tidy as well. The leather has been really well looked after in this vehicle. I guess it's a credit to the previous owner. Just a little crinkle in the front, in the handle there as well on the leather, but no rips or tears on that side either. All right, I'll jump in. Obviously, foot on the brake and just push button start. I do have the keys inside the vehicle, so you've got your main key and your spare key here. The vehicle was obviously bought from Civic Toyota, so it looks like it's been a local car all of its life. 97,987 kilometers to be exact. Obviously not due for another service until 108, so about 10,000 Ks worth of driving without needing another service is really good for a used vehicle. As you can see, the steering wheel's all in good condition. Got your steering wheel controls on this side, as well as your controls for the dash there on that side. Cruise control down the bottom. Can obviously turn your parking sensors off this side if they do annoy you. But mirror and window controls there. Touchscreen head unit in these Klugers, so obviously touchscreen, as well as you've got your controls on this side and your steering wheel. Rest of your modes on the outside as well. Air conditioning controls through here, dual climate, so you can control the passenger's temperature different to the driver's, as well as your fan speeds through there, and the rest of your modes throughout. Automatic transmission, so obviously park, reverse, neutral and drive. Got your seat warmers here, and also your obviously middle diff lock there, which we won't have on. Hill descent control and cruise control and snow control there. Other than that, you've just got your foot brake down the bottom there, so obviously to take that off, you push down, pull that off, and then to put it back on, you just push that back on. I'll give you a quick look through the service history and the dash, but otherwise that'll just about do my virtual tour. That's not flashing in person, it was just sort of the angle that it sits on. Obviously I don't want you thinking that's flashing. I'll quickly chuck you down for a second and open this service book up. So having a look through here, looks like it was owned locally by a business here in Cairns, obviously in Menunda. I pop this open, Pacific Toyota service history. It starts at the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and the 100k service. The Coromota service, that's our reconditioning center here in Cairns, so that's a full Pacific Toyota service history and not due until 108, so you know that this car has been very well maintained, which is pretty obvious by the condition of the vehicle. It is in really, really good nick. I'll give you one last look around the vehicle, but that'll do my virtual tour. If I have missed anything that you'd like me to go back over, I'd love to do that for you. And if you do have any questions about the vehicle or in regards to anything else that I've talked about to you, please don't hesitate to let me know. But thanks for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed.